Looks like every week when we come to do a show, you always unprepared. He's a person. We got to smoke all week. What's up, world? I'm your host, Smooth Work Neat Freak, aka the world's greatest, aka Wendell Williams, aka Rick Franklin, and this is Let's Talk About It, the Trapcast. And tonight, of course, y'all already see him. I got my co-host with me, Joshua Darnell Hooten III. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. You?
I can't complain. And tonight we got a special guest with us, Miss Heather McIntosh. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
She is a recovery coach out of Lexington, Kentucky, and she has blessed us with her presence tonight for our 4th episode of Let's Talk About It, the Trapcast. So on this show, we normally do a hot topics, which makes it an opinionated show where his opinion will be his opinion and her opinion will be her opinion. But tonight, we're going to do our recovery special, and we're just going to get into these questions. And this is her husband?
Yeah,
Boyfriend.
Yeah.
We got a boyfriend
Chad.
for confidence building.
Emotional support.
Emotional support, yeah. So, our first question for the night is, who were you born to and how were you raised?
Well, I was born to my mom. But so my mom was married to a man who was, he sold marijuana for like my whole entire life. And so he went to prison, which is like, who was I raised to, who was I born to, and how was I raised is kind of hard to explain. Because like my stepdad went to prison for doing bad stuff when I was 14, and then I met my real dad when I was 15. So my life was, I was physically, sexually, and mentally abused my whole entire life. I was raised in a home where getting high was the normal. I've never, like until I got in recovery, known any other kind of life, period. So, you know, as I had a pretty rough childhood, but you know, that doesn't define the person that I am, of course, today. But yeah.
Does those experiences, do they contribute to like a person's drug use once they already start using?
Absolutely. I discovered when I was 8 years old and I smoked marijuana for the first time that that would kind of like numb what was going on to me, you know, with me in my house. So I continued, you know, throughout the years, and I would pick up more and more and more and different stuff, you know, because one thing only numbs you for so long, you know. So yeah, I definitely feel like that's got a lot to do with it. You know, this trauma is real, very real.
So, how old were you, and what was the first drug that you tried?
I was 8 years old, and we sold about a half an ounce of my stepdad's marijuana, and sold half of it to one of his customers for some Jolly Ranchers, and hid the rest of it up in a toy barn. And so I would smoke it and smoke it and smoke it. At 8 years old, I'd eat you know, the Bonkers candy. You guys remember Bonkers?
Yeah.
I would eat that shit thinking it was gonna cover my breath, but nobody around me ever noticed that I was doing it because the smell was in my house
All the time.
Yeah. So at 8 years old, I was sneaking down to the corner and getting some penny candy for some marijuana. You know, so.
Man, I know when I used to smoke weed and I get on the phone, the cordless phone, and I talk to somebody on it, then my mama would go right behind it and she could smell from my hand and my breath on the phone, like, you getting out there smoking? From her eyes all glossy, red. Yeah, that's crazy. So, how many years was you in active addiction?
I'm 51 now, and so from the age of 8 until 4.5, almost 5 years ago. So a little over like 35 years probably.
What was your drug of choice?
I would say first and foremost it was marijuana, because if I didn't have anything else I'd go to marijuana. But pills, opiates is what got me, you know, so far down that like I couldn't come back from it. Then I started doing cocaine, and then I found methamphetamines. And after I found methamphetamines, it just got really, really bad. I wouldn't say it was my drug of choice because I didn't like doing it, but I did it because I was addicted to it, you know? So, but like, I'm not gonna lie, like still, I love the smell of marijuana, you know, so I would say that that was kind of my drug of choice, but everything else seemed to numb me a little better, you know?
Yeah, out of my friend group, like my drug of choice, I say it's cocaine, right?
Mhm.
So like out of my friend group, there's 5 of us, and like 3 of us used, and 2 of them never dealt with it.
Yeah.
So when they look at the 3 of us, like, why can't you just stop? Like, what is your problem?
Yeah,
Like,
nobody understands.
nah, they don't.
Yeah.
Nah, it's hard for them to understand. Like, why
Yeah.
you keep beating yourself with this drug?
Mhm.
And I had a guy tell me one time, he was like, man, it's all mental. He's like, you can't let nothing control you. And he was a user telling me this. And I'm like, man, how you? I'm still on my phone trying to find somebody to answer the phone, pick up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, man, we got another one.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's all right, man. It's mental. I'm like, you probably thinking like that because you ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing to put in on it, so of course you're not gonna be going to look for it. Yeah, it's crazy. So, what was your most tragic experience while using?
My most tragic experience while I was using was, oh God, it's kind of like, it's really hard to talk about, but, like, so I walked in, caught my dad doing stuff to my daughter, and like, instead of like, you know, everybody's like, I would have killed him, but you know, my first response was to, I froze, and then like, I got as high as I could from that point on. Like, I mean, like, so high that I didn't even know who I was. I put myself in psychosis and everything else. And that was pretty tragic. I've had a lot of really tragic things happen to me while getting high though. Like, I was homeless, living in a tent. I had it like decorated like a little fairyland and had me a little shower built up in there. And I thought that shit was normal. I even called my daughter and was like, do you want to come spend the weekend with me? And she's like, now she picks on me and she's like, Mom, you offered to take me for the weekend in a tent. So like, yeah, most of it at the end was pretty traumatic, you know, pretty traumatic.
So mostly you use the drugs to numb you.
Yeah, my whole entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just one after another, and then
Yeah.
he was always chasing that feeling of
Yeah.
emptiness, pretty much. I mean, that's what it is. I don't know. I've never used drugs. I was one of the first he was talking that he felt like was always judging, which I wasn't, because you know that's my brother. But just from outside looking in, now I'm addicted to marijuana. I've been smoking marijuana since I was 12. Yeah, and I ain't stopped a day since. Like, I went to prison for 3 years, came home on probation for 4, and had to stop for those 7 years. But outside of that, that's what it's been.
Yeah, definitely. It's trying to like escape the person that you are, you know, and it's like kind of like trying to forget the things that you did while you're in active addiction too, along with the trauma and stuff, because you know you do some pretty crappy shit, you know, in active addiction. So like you don't want to feel anything, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to mask those feelings. And recovery's taught me that it's okay to feel those feelings because you have to feel them so you can deal with them, and then you get to heal from them. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of guys say, you know, when I got my feelings back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, like, I got my feelings back.
Yeah, they say that's the worst thing and the best thing about recovery.
So, real quick, do you think maintenance drugs are still considered getting high?
Well, I respect all pathways to recovery. SAMHSA has a definition of recovery, and basically it says that it's a process of change. So if a person is on maintenance and they're trying to actually change their life, then yeah, I believe that's recovery. There are people who misuse maintenance.
Right.
Working at a methadone clinic, 2 days during the week, I see that a lot. But I also have seen people get their life completely back together. Personally, I'd work a 12-step program and, I'm total abstinence, but, like, my little brother got his life back together on maintenance, so everybody's pathway looks different, and I respect every single one of the pathways.
So, what happened in your life that made you say, like, I'm done with this. I want to get clean and I want to stay clean?
Well, let me see. The year before I checked myself into the women's healing place, I walked around town in the snow and everybody was shutting their door in my face because I done ripped everybody off, lied to everybody, whatever. People got sick and tired of me, but the biggest reason is I saw the opportunity to get my daughter back in my life. She told my dad, and they put her in foster care and put my dad in jail. And the day that happened, I checked myself into the healing place, and I was like, if she could be brave and she can make this happen, then I can be brave and I can make this change too. And I haven't looked back. She's back in my life. She was totally worth it. I got her back when she was 17, and then she moved out when she was 18. But we have such a close relationship now, and I'm so glad that she was brave because it made me brave.
Did she hold any resentments towards you?
Oh hell yes. We've been through some shit, and every now and then she still tells me how she felt about it. But the thing I learned from recovery is like, I have a son too, and not everybody forgives the same. Like my son has nothing to do with me, but my daughter loves me to death. She does resent me for a lot of things, and I had to sit with that. And that's one of the hardest things when you get in recovery. If you want your family back, you have to respect the fact that while you're out there, in the madness, they're getting their own trauma.
Right.
And of course they resent you for that. She said some pretty hateful things to me, but I had to sit there and deal with it,
Yeah, you got, I mean, and that's in any situation, I think, when burning bridges and causing destruction to other people's lives, if you ever change and want that, you have to accept the madness that comes with it. You have to accept how they feel about that situation. Because if you don't, then it's gonna kill you. It could possibly drive you back to being a person that you didn't want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a big part of getting over anything, is accepting it.
Yeah.
Accepting that it happened.
Yeah.
It happened, you're sorry for it, and you can only forgive yourself and pray that other people forgive you.
Yeah.
But the moment you forgive yourself and find understanding in yourself, I think your life begins right there. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a fact,
Yeah.
and you have to respect the fact that they have feelings, and sometimes you don't like to hear what their feelings are,
What did you rely on? Because you say like you was in the process of getting clean, and you and your daughter's relationships are getting better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you rely on when she would say those things to you to not go back out and use?
I have a sponsor, and I have a relationship with God now that I used to not have. Because who cares about God when you're out there so high you don't even know you exist. But mainly the 12-step program and the fellowship around me. Like other recovering addicts are so good to each other. We support each other. So the fellowship, God, my sponsor, and Chad here has helped me a lot because he was a recovery coach when I met him. So he kind of coached me through this whole thing. Like, Heather, you have to let her have her own feelings and stuff. But there's been a couple times I felt like using by listening to the things that she said. But you just call your sponsor, work a step on it, and involve yourself in meetings and fellowship. Do everything you can to not use.
So how long have you been clean now?
4 years and 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what tag do you have?
I have a black
The
one.
black one, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking. What's the next one above that?
Another black one.
Okay. I thought it was like what's
After
the
2 years they stay black.
Is there one that like glows or something?
Yeah, that's the 1 year.
1 year, okay.
Yeah.
That might have been what I was thinking. Yeah. So are you a part of NA?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, I have a sponsor, go to meetings. I'm on my second turnaround on working the steps. I'm working them very slow because I got a lot going on. But
Man, I would hear people be like, yeah, I'm on step 2, but I'm doing this and doing that, but I've been clean for 2 years. And I was like, man, how in the world this guy on step 2 has been clean? And then I realized my sponsor was like, hey man, go do some step work. 'Cause I texted him. I was like, hey man, I'm on the head. He's like, do some step work. And I was like, damn, I'm only on step 2. Like, I got this step book. I did step 1, and we went over it, and then like it's like I just ducked it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so easy just to get it, get all tied up in life and just make excuses why you don't have time to sit down and do it. I do that a lot.
So like you said earlier, you was going door to door, people was closing their door in your face, and you did this and did that to people. Why do you think some people never respect the change that they see in people?
I'll keep it on myself. I think that people around me don't respect. I mean, they're starting to, the more that they see my seriousness in it, but like I feel like I told them so many times that I was gonna quit using, I was gonna get my life back together, I was gonna be a good mom to my kids, I was gonna be a good sister, a good daughter. And then like I'd be clean for a day or two, and then they'd find me in the bathroom shooting up or whatever, so they get tired of hearing you make up excuses and basically not intentionally lying, because at the time when you're saying it, you think you believe that shit, yeah. But I think they get, my people's got sick and tired of, me telling them I would straighten up and then never doing it,
There was 2 times that I would always say, I'm gonna change my life. That's when I'm locked up. I ain't never doing this again. And when I'm coming down off a high, I'm done with this. I ain't never getting high again.
It's crazy that message that she just said, because when I was locked up, I had an old guy from Chicago. I was always on the phone, and that's why I would tell my mom, I ain't never coming back to jail. And like 2 days before I went home, he looked at me and he's like, hey man, when you go home, don't tell nobody you ain't coming back, just show them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said, because if you go out there and you tell people that you ain't coming back, trouble is soon to follow you when you be back.
Yeah.
He said, just show them. He said, I make $5.25 a month in the federal penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out, minimum wage was $5.25 an hour. I said, oh shit, I can do this with no problem. No problem.
So has there been people that maybe you didn't have the best of a relationship with in your madness that has come to accept your change now?
Yeah, like, so my brothers and sisters, they worried about me a whole lot, although they was in active addiction themselves, like, but, we're slowly but surely forming a bond, and then my daughter, of course, but pretty much most of the people in my life used, and I had to leave people where they were at, I have to love them from a distance, because, sometimes you can't put yourself around that no more, so yes and no. Like, most of the people in my life now are people that that I've met in recovery, period. A lot of the people in my old life, like, they were getting high with me, because that's all I ever knew. So my family, for the most part, but I don't have no like people.
So you're a recovery coach, right?
Yeah.
Now explain to the people that's gonna watch this that has no idea what a recovery coach is and does.
Oh goodness. So recovery coach, I help other recovering addicts, whether they're early in recovery or they're just trying to maintain the recovery, build and maintain the recovery capital. And what that means is, like, I help them to get resources I work inside the Fayette County Jail 2 days a week. So for them, I help them like get birth certificates, and I facilitate a SMART meeting and teach them coping skills for when they get out, that they can re-enter back into society, and hopefully they don't end up back in there. So when they get out, like, I'll give them bus passes and, just different things like that. Sometimes help them with housing, but mainly I'm there to support them in their recovery. Like, if they call me one day and be like, Heather, I feel like using right now, I'm that person to listen to them, and help them regardless what their situation is. And, as long as somebody's working on their recovery, I'm right there, So, did I explain it good enough?
How many years have you been a recovery coach?
I've been a recovery coach for about 2 years. I was a peer support before then. So yeah, about 3 years, about 2 years.
How many years have you been on?
Close to 5 years now.
Wow. You should have been my recovery coach. Piece of shit.
I was addicted to other things. Women, marijuana, fast money. That's just as bad as drugs, I tell you.
He know, like, I be trying to hide it when
Is that
I
pink?
try to hide it from my friends, right?
Yeah.
But he would always know because it'd be 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. His phone was ringing. And I'm thinking he's looking at me. We miles and miles apart. Like, where you at? Like, I think I'm on TV. Oh, you watching me right now? He's totally got used to it over the past 20 years. This girl be like, that ain't Dominique calling you. He's like, yeah, it is. Like, who else is calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Nobody else.
All right, what's your thoughts on people who misuse the handling of addicts, like dealing with insurances, sober living, and housing and such?
I think that it goes against everything that I believe in. Like it makes it really hard for people who are actually out there trying to help people in recovery. It's made it really, really, really difficult in the recovery world. I don't feel like it's right. I feel like a lot of people got into it for the right reasons, and then for some reason it turned into a whole money thing for them, so they got greedy. I wish that didn't even exist because I see every day how hard that they've made it.
Yeah.
On people who are actually out there trying to help people. Because nobody can help an addict like another addict.
Right,
So we
right.
need that in order to be able to help each other, and they've made it pretty close to impossible to be able to help each other. In the company I work for, we could go off a grant, so we don't feel Medicaid or nothing, so it really doesn't affect us that much. But like the sober living that I worked at, it definitely affects like the sober livings, and there's sober livings that are out there for the right reason, and those people end up like having to suffer because of people who do that. It's impacted
That's
us
terrible.
a lot.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the recovery stuff. The company that I work for, we hire people out of the sober living houses and stuff like that. Well, we did until it turned bad.
Yeah.
Like some people are good. My belief is like I used to watch people come out of the sober living house and work, and they would be clean, some of the nicest people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once the money started coming in, and they started hanging around the people that worked at the job, then you would see
Oh yeah,
the
money's a
addict in
trigger.
them. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
would see, and it would probably take about 6 months.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, all right, you're sober now. When you gonna do when you start making money?
Right. Because cash, that's why I don't
Yeah.
carry cash to this day, almost 5 years into recovery. I might carry a couple dollars in my car, like if I see somebody homeless and they might need $1,
Yeah.
but I will not carry cash because cash is a trigger for a lot of us. We get money in our hands, and first thing that happens, we get triggered and want to use.
I can't carry cash or a card because either or it's gonna get spent. It's gone. I gotta just you can hold this for me, please. This is crazy. All right, so now we get into what we call our dime track time, and this is where you answer 10 questions, 10 seconds or less. I always got a freestyle the last 3 because I didn't even finish writing. I deal with like one of the baddest 1-year-olds you can think of.
I seen the daycare was closed today.
Man, she's been terrorizing me since 7:19 this morning. On my
He
way,
said we had
here,
6 fights.
She went to sleep, dog. And I said, "You don't get away from me." She's a fighter, boy. So, first we go down the line. You can participate if you want to, but you don't have to. Can you wear white after Labor Day?
I'll wear what I want to when I want to.
Absolutely. I like that answer right there.
I don't know where that came from.
Oh,
It got
yeah.
me something from a long time ago.
Yeah. That's
All right.
why I told him, I said, I'm wearing my demons behind me shirt because my demons are behind me and I am who I am.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, walking the truth.
Yeah.
All right, would you rather go parasailing or jet skiing?
Parasailing. I've actually jumped out of an airplane since I've been in recovery.
Well, that's one of our normal questions is
Yeah.
bungee jump or skydiving.
Yeah.
Skydiving any day. It was great.
That's what my answer. I said you ain't tying no rope to me.
I know. I gotta jump out of that plane.
Well, I'm not doing neither one. I don't like roller coasters or nothing. I don't need an adrenaline rush. I have enough of them selling drugs on hot corners and things. All right. That's how we're gonna do this one right here. What's the best pickup line you've used?
I don't even know.
You've used so many. What's the best pickup line you ever heard?
That I ever heard?
Yeah.
You got beautiful eyes. No, they're not looking at my eyes.
If you could fly anywhere on Earth right now, like when you walk out this door, there's a jet waiting on you, where would you go to?
I don't know. I'd probably go to somewhere tropical. You know? Somewhere where there's sunshine. Yeah.
I'm going Colombia because for some reason on my Facebook page, just Colombians just keep popping up on there.
That's the addiction.
Yeah.
That's the devil. That's the addiction. He's popping up. He's like, hey, can't get you in America, I can get you in Colombia.
Get him over here. All right, you're sad. We're gonna do two of these. You're sad, right? You had a long day. You don't feel like dealing with nobody. What's your go-to song?
My go-to song is Big Bad Wolf by In This Moment. She talks about breaking chains.
What you got?
Probably I wish I never met him.
Come on, Tommy.
If I'm sad, that's the only thing that make me sad. You know what I'm saying? I wish I never met him.
All right, it's a Friday. You done got off work. You feeling great. Everything's going good. What's your go-to song?
Shit. He probably sound Jeezy.
Jeezy.
Probably.
You said
Mine, I'm a middlehead, so I would say something by Whitechapel, which is my favorite band. Blood Soaked Symphony is a great one. There's all kinds of them. I'm a freaking metalhead.
Have you ever been to that? They have it in Eastern Kentucky. It's like where a bunch of bands come there and like maybe between September and November. I think it might be in October.
Well, we go to incarceration every year, which is at the Mansfield prison where they videoed Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
There's a big metal music festival there, and then we go to Louder in Life every year. So he goes to Sonic Temple and goes to California to Aftershock, all that stuff. So.
Oh, damn. That's all right.
Yeah.
You ride bikes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just bought my own bike.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. What
It's my new
movie
addiction.
Oh, yeah.
makes
All
you
money
cry
and everything.
every time you watch it?
A movie that makes me cry every time I watch it. Troy. The movie
Gladiator
Troy.
type movie?
Yes, I love that movie. It's my favorite one. I cry when Prince Hector dies every single time. I swear.
I say John Q.
John Q.
Every single time.
Mine is Man on Fire. I'm gonna tell you, I've watched this
Yeah.
movie a million times. Every time him and that little girl trade their life for
At the
life.
end on the bridge.
Yeah, I cry every time. I don't care who's around. I'm gonna cry. Sometimes I might get up. If there's a movie I'm watching with somebody, and I'm like, damn, this is making me sad. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
My mom used to love Man on Fire. You guys know Rocky?
Yeah.
Rocky's got a kid by one of my sisters, and I'd go go up to the house, and Mom and Rocky both would be sitting there bawling,
Yeah.
watching Men on Fire.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie. I watched Men on Fire, and he used to come over and we watched White Chicks.
White chicks.
Every day. It's like I only had 3 DVDs every day. This, that, and you got served. I don't even know how you got served. That's crazy. All right. Is it easier to love or hate?
It's easier to love now. Now that I'm in recovery and I've opened my heart to loving people, it's a lot easier to love. Back in the day, I would have said hate though. You know, today, now that I had to start loving myself to love anybody else. But it's so much easier.
I'm gonna say love too. Hate takes too much damn concentration.
It does too much
It takes too much
energy.
concentration. Yeah, 'cause if I hate you and I'm around you and you say something funny, I'm trying not to laugh because I hate your fucking guts. It takes too much energy. Yeah, it takes entirely too much energy. Yeah, but you gotta love yourself to love anybody else though too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. We got 2 more. Listen, this kind of have to think about this. Would you rather slip and fall in front of a bunch of people, or would you rather pass gas in church while they're praying?
I'm passing gas in church while I'm
Me
while I'm
too.
praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got their hand down. I ain't even gonna open my eyes.
Yeah, I probably pass gas in church too.
Demons be gone.
Yeah. That's the devil living out of me. He done ran him up out of me. Yeah, what you want me to
Prayers
do?
answered.
Yeah, what you want me to do? I shouldn't shit all day. I come in here and pass gas. I feel good now.
All right. You rather eat Rally's fries or McDonald's?
Rallies.
They got McDonald's. Right? They said McDonald's is one of the most poisonous foods
Yeah, I
you
believe
can
it.
eat.
Yeah, they say there's human DNA in McDonald's.
I believe. I believe all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I was high one day off marijuana, and I was eating a turkey sandwich. And something just in me, I swear. I stopped eating meat for 18 months after this. I said, I'm eating you. I don't know if it's because I was high or it was real. But I was like, man, this meat just looks like they just sliced it off of a human. I swear I went 18 months. This is the healthiest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, shit. I went 18 months without eating red meat. Yeah.
I didn't eat. Well, I ate fish. I did eat fish. I continue to eat fish.
I just ate chicken.
So, this has been another episode of Let's Talk About the Trapcast Recovery Special with Heather McIntosh. Man, you don't know how much we thank you and appreciate you for coming
You're welcome.
to do this for us. If you know anybody else that would like to do it, you tell them inbox me. Stay out of his inbox. I'll explain to y'all. Thank y'all. Tell the people what you do again and
I'm a recovery coach at Voices of Hope in Lexington, Kentucky. And I'm a mom. That's about it.
Yeah.